See 13 नंबर ना लोग बहुत बोलते हैं कि 13 नंबर है, आज फ्राइडे है, ये 13 है. Raid is an event which is run over a terrain where people become very very superstitious.
As you all know, it's one of the toughest rallies in the world.
From 8,000 to 18,000 feet in a day.
Deep 23, if has not started, then he should not be allowed to continue.
From leg 2 to leg 3 was very tight. We ended up getting some penalties, road penalties on that. In fact, most of the people did.
And Rana, of course, held the lead because that's his backyard completely.
The service team got literally, altitude sickness, terrain sickness.
No matter how fit you are or unfit you are, it is going to affect you.
We are halfway through the raid and now it's showing on the competitors.
Run on for a long time.
The drivers look tired and the cars look shaken up. But like we said, the rally has only hit its halfway mark.
Gotta cut you down.
The competitors are now decimated to quite an extent.
Exhaust breaking, one out wire going here, that's fine. But two tires gone. Everything broke, man. If I start, I can't tell you where to stop.
The bumper got stuck into the tire.
See smoke rising from the tires.
Broke the axle. The toll is actually on the machine now. After 3 days, and this is one of the biggest, longest day again.
A 1,000-odd kilometers of roads, gravel, ice, water crossings, dips and gorges to go. And add 2 days of Rangdum to that. On the 4th day, the rally heads out of Leh, covering a distance of approximately 340 kilometers through Lamayuru and Kargil, all the way to Rangdum at the edge of the Zanskar Valley. After screaming through the first tarmac stage from Khalse to Wakha, the rally lines up at Manikher in the Suru Valley.
ट्रक है, 2 गाड़ी है अंदर, जिसमें सब अंदर ही अंदर आए जा रहे हैं.
And to add to that, a couple of trucks in the stage are holding up proceedings here.
ये मैंने सुना रामपुर से 3 गाड़ियां भाग गई है पेटेन वालों का. फिर मैंने इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया परका चिक को ऊपर से और एक रास्ता. आप लोग गांव वाले रास्ते से आएंगे, ऊपर वाले से नहीं जाएंगे आप लोग.
नहीं, हम ऊपर से जाएंगे.
मैंने ऊपर डाल दिया फिर वो.
हाँ, वही तो प्रॉब्लम है.
वो आप लोगों ने नहीं लिखा है कि हम परका चिक से जाना है.
लिखा हमने कुछ नहीं, हमें मालूम ही नहीं ना. गांव में नहीं जाते, आबादी में रेस थोड़ा करते हैं. Because of the traffic, situations in our stage too, we ultimately had to backtrack from Wakha. I had to backtrack from Wakha all the way down to both Kharbu again to localize traffic.
Okay. Trucks were cleared out and the drivers were ready to take on one of the worst stages of the raid this year.
You have Panikkar to Rangdum, which is 50 kilometers of pure hell.
It's a quick rough stage.
Come across a few glaciers and very rough stage.
Lots of challenges, yeah, and then there are cliff sections which are quite tight. And
talking about road conditions, we have no road.
Engines roared and echoed in the peaceful but perilous Suru Valley as the stage was a go. 50-odd kilometer high-speed run, the dreaded Rangdum camp. And the officials were dead on in describing what the stage was like. It was fast all right, but taxed the drivers and the car alike.
The stage was extremely unforgiving.
You see the actual Himalayas from there.
Very rough. The first, most roughest stage that we encountered.
It was really rough. Very, very rough.
Rally leader Suresh Rana's torrid run of luck here in 2009 came back to haunt him as he edged closer to Rangdum.
आज का दिन काफ़ी मुश्किल बन रहा है और फर्स्ट स्टेज में गियर बॉक्स प्रॉब्लम थी और डिफरेंशियल की प्रॉब्लम की वजह से हमने कम से कम 10-15 मिनट वेस्ट किए और लेग टू सेकंड स्टेज जो भी रंगदुम वाली थी उसमें भी हमारा गियर बॉक्स में प्रॉब्लम आ गई. इस वजह से 10-15 मिनट हमने आज लगभग 22 मिनट खोए हैं. पिछली बार भी मेरे पास 22 मिनट की लीड थी और लास्ट स्टेज में लास्ट 10 किलोमीटर तक थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम आई थी, गियर बॉक्स की प्रॉब्लम आई थी, तो उस वजह से मैं काफ़ी आउट हो गया था। तो इस बार कोशिश करूँगा गाड़ी को बचाने की कोशिश करूँगा।
Stage got to the other drivers and their cars too.
डिस्क पैड वगैरह सारे घिस गए थे और मेरे जो सेकंड स्टेज स्टार्ट लेने उससे पहले मेरी ब्रेक फेल्स हो गई थी सभी। थोड़ा रिस्क तो लेना पड़ रहा था, क्यों नहीं तो फिर मैं बिल्कुल लूज़ कर जाता। जो इतनी प्लेंटी लगी थी, मैं और टाइम कवर कर रहा था, ये कानून मतलब कि और ना मैं लूज़ करूँ, मेरे को थोड़ा रिस्क लेना पड़ रहा था।
That's right, and guess what? The risk paid off. Power had been a story to watch throughout this raid. After having lost almost 23 minutes on the very first day, by now he had climbed up into the top 5.
What does it show to you? The guy has talent, but he's too casual in realizing his own prospects. Not only with the vehicle, but even with your approach to the event.
With the end of the stage, day 4 came to an end. Battered and bruised, the raid reached Rangdum.
Of course, the raid shows its face again.
Camp Shiver Shiver awaits you.
Rangdum sits at the edge of Zanskar Valley and is one of the toughest places to survive, as the weather conditions, for lack of a better word, are barbaric.
Rangdum is absolutely ruthless, desolate place. In the winter, it will have a minimum maybe of 20, 30 feet of snow on it.
With extreme cold, -7, -8, and sleeping in a cotton tent, and having to manage in a cloth loo. All these things made lots of people come out of their comfort zone.
So the raid had a night halt at this camp set up bang in the middle of the plain.
We are at Rangdum camp at the foot of Nun and Kun, which you see behind me, 21,000 feet high.
Temperatures dropped to almost 10 degrees below zero, and lack of oxygen made moving around and sleeping a daunting task.
Rangdum is camp freezer rare, man.
And it is just you, rally car, and your service team. दायरा बहुत छोटा हो गया.
Because not everybody goes there, first of all.
God, that place was shivering. It was so cold.
Spare a thought for the service crews who work overnight in such conditions to make cars fit for the stages to come.
Impossible. You touch a spanner and it's stuck to your skin. It's that cold.
कल हम पूरी रात सोए नहीं हैं, पूरा ड्राइविंग करी है, ड्राइविंग करके सेक्शन में पहुँचे हैं, वहाँ पर गाड़ी आई है, सर्विस दी है, सर्विस देने के बाद सीधा रंगदूम आ गए हम, कोई सोए नहीं, अभी भी काम चल रहा है गाड़ियों का, तो अभी भी 2-3 घंटे लगेंगे इसके अंदर, और अर्ली मॉर्निंग 3 बजे हमारे को फिर निकलना है सर्विस के लिए.
Spent by the whole day of ruthless driving and tormented by extremely cold conditions, the drivers tried to catch up on sleep before a long, ruthless day in the Zanskar.
Tomorrow's going to be the best day. We got 100-kilometer stage going, very rough, 100-kilometer stage coming back, even rougher. So, great.